And welcome back to the Zone, everybody. I'm Brant Fowler, and this is another installment of the 12 Days of Zone 4, where I give you guys 12 days of extra audio via Zone 4 in celebration of the 300th episode and in celebration of the holidays and the holiday season. So I hope you guys are enjoying these so far. This time, I'm going to talk about subscription boxes, the mystery box services full of cool little knickknacks and comics and shirts and Funko Pop vinyl figures and all kinds of things. If you guys have followed me on Comic Related's YouTube channel, on Frontline Gaming Zone, on Where's My Tell, or on Comic Frontline itself, you know that I have partaken in several of these type of boxes, Loot Crate being the most notable one. And I've also recently been doing a one-up box with Lisa Moore, and for Comic Related, I did Geek Fuel recently, and Lisa and I just recently did Okashi Connection as well. So that's 4, and there are many others out there, but I just wanted to give my overall opinion on these services. I know a lot of people think, oh, you get a couple of good things, and the rest of it's knickknacks. What am I going to do with all this stuff? Is it worth it? Yada yada yada. The fun of it is you don't know what's coming. You know the theme, you know generally what kind of items are in these if you've been doing it or you watched videos, but you don't know, and that's kind of the excitement. It's like Christmas every month kind of thing. It's a present you get to unwrap, and sometimes it's cool, and sometimes it's the stuff that you want to return, for cash or another present or whatever. But that's the fun part of it. You just don't know, and a lot of times you get something really cool that you really like, and that kind of makes it worth it, because the value in these boxes, for the most part, in my personal experience, has been really good. Take Loot Crate, for example, the one I've been doing the longest. I would say 8 out of 10 boxes are pretty good value, and I'm pretty happy with at least half the stuff in them. There's only been 1 or 2 that I've been like, this is okay, nothing I really wanted or whatever. There might be 1 small item that I liked, and the rest was just okay. But overall, I'd have to say I'm very pleased with the products that they put in their boxes. Geek Fuel is one that I recently reviewed on comicrelated.com, and it had a lot of great items. It was their first box, and they had all kinds of really cool geek culture stuff, from the very high quality t-shirt with their logo on it to the Princess Bride playing cards and stuff like that. Thinking about some of the stuff I've gotten in Loot Crate, I got the glow-in-the-dark hand Groot pop vinyl figure via Funko. I've gotten a Funko Darth Vader bobblehead. I've gotten a few cool t-shirts through Loot Crate and One-Up Box. We got a couple of cool Mario plushies. We've gotten some comics. I've got a Loot Crate exclusive Walking Dead issue. In Geek Fuel, I got Armor Wars #1 from Valiant. So there are a lot of cool things. I've gotten a Batman figure. I've gotten some little knickknacks that, okay, they're neat and stuff, but, not something I would necessarily want to have in general. But, and there's candy in them sometimes, and there's different things. There's codes for games and all kinds of things. I think these services are a very interesting thing. Yes, it's a fad right now, and, fads like this come and go, and eventually there's going to be such a flux of these services that it's going to be overwhelming. That's just the nature of anything that becomes popular. But we're far from that point right now. I know there are services that I have not tried that I'm curious about, like Nerd Block and Arcade Block, and I think there's a Comic Box, or it's some comic something. There's Bento Box. There's all kinds of things, and there's subscription boxes like this for food items too. Okashi Connection is full of Japanese candy and salty snacks, and that's a really cool offering. It's I don't know, it's something fun to do, and it's part of the YouTube culture as well. Unboxings is a big thing. A lot of people watch unboxings. On our channel, Where's My Tell, it's only been up for like 2 weeks now, 2 or 3 weeks now, and we have very few videos on there, but the ones that get the most views are those unboxings and haul videos. People like to see that kind of thing. And so it makes sense that it's part of that YouTube culture. But for somebody like me, I just enjoy surprises. I love surprises. On Christmas, I never want to know what I got or what I'm getting, because I like to open it up and be surprised and shocked and awe. And that's kind of the thrill of it for me. And if I get some cool stuff out of it, that's awesome. And if there's stuff I don't like, I've got plenty of friends that are into things. I could give it away. I do podcasts. I'm co-own a comic website. I can do giveaways and contests for that too. So it's just I think it's a really cool service. If you're just the typical average Joe, obviously you would subscribe to these if you're into geek culture and you like paraphernalia. If you're not, you're not. That's fine. From my personal opinion, I think they're great. I have several friends that do Loot Crate or various other boxes. I know John Wilson, co-host on Zone 4, he did Loot Crate for a while. Chris Ventura also does Loot Crate and 1UP Box. And Jay over on Comic Frontline also did the Geek Fuel. And I know some other people that do Loot Crate and different other kinds of boxes. I just think it's a cool, fun thing to do. Geek Fuel was really cool because they were funded on Kickstarter, and they got a lot of partnerships. They're partnering with Star Wars, Marvel, and DC, and various other companies to bring some really cool products, and I think that's a really cool thing. I have not tried the comic box ones. I would be very curious if anybody out there listening to this has tried the comic box subscription mystery box services. Let me know which ones. Let me know which ones are good, what kind of books you get in them. If it's worth the cost and everything. I'd be very curious to try it out. If there are any services out there that are listening to this, I would be very eager to try out your box. If you want to send a complimentary review, review box for me to try out and talk about on one of the YouTube channels or on this podcast, I would be more than happy to do so. And if it's quality merchandise and a good price and good service, then I will definitely promote you. I promote all the other ones that I'm involved with pretty heavily. And this is not just a plug for me to get some stuff. I think it's something that more people should try. I know a lot of people are trying it, but a lot of people might be hesitant to because it's a monthly cost. You don't have to, do it every month. You can try it 1 month for the, whatever the monthly fee is and cancel it. It's whatever you want to do. I just think it's a very, very cool thing. It's a very in thing, yes, but a lot of them are really cool, and I like the concept. I'd love to see something. I'd love to see more comic-centric ones. I know there are a few out there. Like I said, I have not tried them. I'm very curious about them, but after I try them, maybe I'll develop my own concept for one, because I think a really cool comic one that covered mainstream and independent and included some stuff that you might not find elsewhere. I think that would be a really cool idea. So if anybody out there wants to run with that, give me credit for thinking of it. But no, I'm joking. But no, that would be really cool, and I would definitely be on board for trying that one out. So all in all, I think it's a positive thing. I think it's a good thing right now. In the future, way down the road, yeah, it's going to get overwhelming and be played out. And at that point, who knows what will happen. But for now, I think it's really cool and fun, and I'm enjoying doing it. So that's all there is to it. So you can go check me out doing all these unboxings and everything, mostly with Lisa Moore now, on these various channels. And we have fun doing them. So there you go. But that's going to wrap up this installment of the 12 Days of Zone 4. Hope you enjoyed it. I will be back with you tomorrow with another installment. And also the 300th episode of Zone 4 is this week, this Friday. So please tune in. We have a special guest dropping by. And go check out Chris Ventura's channel, Dark Avenger C86. He's been doing a week-long celebration of this 300th episode of Zone 4 with each one of the main cast members, John, Ron, Gordon, and myself, doing a little video talking about our experience with Zone 4, what it's meant to us, what we see in the future for it, what we think of our cast mates, and so on and so forth. And also on Friday night, Chris and I are doing something special too, which I announced in my video. So go check all that out, and thanks for listening. And until next time, you're now leaving Zone 4.
This has been a Gonzo Goose production.